Hello, so this is the first volume of 7. It's the History of Freemasonry, illustrated by Albert Mackey. And then Singleton also was the one who did this. This is a 1905 version. We also have other versions, the 1898, I think we only have 6 of the 7. But anyway, you can see those online. So these books are just kind of interesting because you can see people. These is when they, somebody had it in 1946 and 1947, and then this was '03, so 1903. So there's our boy Albert Mackey, and that's his, then here's the history of Freemasonry. And so this is the first book. So this is the ancient part. And Mackey was the one he was, if not the first, he was certainly one of the first in the ancient and Scottish Rite. Anyway, so this book is just fascinating because Mackey actually does a pretty good job. He calls it prehistoric Masonry. And he basically kind of goes through and says there's two kind of statements, a scholar. And he says, for historical and traditional, each kind of, pertains to Freemasonry, may consider it in different aspects. So then he kind of goes through it all and says, hey, here's the traditions and history of Freemasonry. Here are the old manuscripts. Obviously, I'm not going to take you through the whole thing, but as you can see, he kind of walks through the legend of the germ of history. He's the legend of the craft. And then, it's got he's got cool little pictures. So you've seen many of these pictures before, but these are in this original forms in the books that they came in. And then here's the legends that you have heard. And so you can kind of get an idea. There's Charles. And then you can kind of read them because it's easily written. I mean, it's not a hard read. And then these are those dramatic pictures. Here's the York legend, and here's Druidism and Freemasonry. And anyway, so that's what this is, and that's what these books are. There's 7 of them in this volume, and you can kind of go through it, and it's just really cool. Is it all truthful? No, it was written over 100 years ago, and he wrote what he knew at the time. You can then check it out using AI or whatever thing you trust out there. And but this is just a solid piece of history as it relates to the craft. Thanks.